Yo, it's your homeboy Kiiro in the building. Welcome to episode 64 of my One Piece discussion series. In this episode, I review One Piece chapter 753. You guys already know how I do: chapter review, then a discussion afterwards. So, review. This was a disappointing chapter. I expected something more intense. Oda once again cut away from the law flashback. I mean, he did give us a little bit of something, which I will discuss in the discussion section, but just overall, it wasn't a good chapter. It wasn't bad, but saying it was good, I'm not gonna say that. It wasn't a good chapter. It was average at best. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. There was like nothing really, tickled me or whatever. I mean, that's just me though. I will say this much: there was some nice character progression because we've gotten, Luffy has gotten progressed to the next level, or it seems that way at least, and that's really good because that means in a few more chapters he's going to be at the top level. I mean, at this pace that he's going, and that's definitely something that we can all look forward to. Yeah, so now that's pretty much my review. Very average chapter this week. Nothing spectacular, not at all, or at least in my opinion. And now moving on with the discussion. So, the first important thing is Bellamy. He's such a side character that I forgot about this dude completely. Which I'm kind of ashamed of. I should have remembered him, but whatever. Bellamy's at the top where Doflamingo and his cats are, and you should see the infographic. It's been updated based on this week's info and shit. So yeah, Bellamy's at the top where Doflamingo and his cats are, and I did foresee him having some involvement with the whole Luffy Doflamingo thing, but I didn't expect it to happen this fast, or I expected Oda to pull him out as a surprise kind of character. So I guess that's why I didn't bother bringing him up, or I just put him in the back of my head. But whatever. The important thing with his whole discussion with Doflamingo is we find out why Doflamingo doesn't treat Bellamy the way you would expect him to treat him. And it's not that he has any beef with Bellamy. It's just that he doesn't care for Bellamy because Bellamy doesn't want to destroy the world, which is what Law wanted to do. And that's why Doflamingo added Law to his crew, as we saw in chapter 752. And that's really important in terms of character development and understanding who Doflamingo's past and Law's past. So now we see exactly what they had in common, or at least it's been confirmed in this chapter. Doflamingo wants to wreck the world, and in the last chapter, Law said he wanted to do the same thing, at least in his flashback. The next relevant thing was we got some small factory info, which is that the dwarves in the small factory are they're rebelling now, they're fighting. So it's interesting to see what part that's going to play with the whole small factory destruction, and Frankie versus Senior Pink and all that kind of stuff, because obviously Frankie wouldn't want to destroy the factory with the tontadas still inside them and stuff, you know what I'm saying? The next really important bit of information we get is King Rico and Usopp are together, and I actually forgot about King Rico as well, which is another character I forgot about. So it's two right now, which is Bellamy and King Rico. And well, unlike Bellamy, Bellamy, I purposely put him in the back of my head because I thought they'll pull him out as a surprise character. But King Rico, I just forgot about him completely because of just general relevance. I don't see any reason to think of him because he's not a combatant or anything. But it's interesting that the townspeople are headed towards the King's Plateau or the palace, and that's Oda's implying that that's where Usopp and King Rico are. So that means Usopp and King Rico are on one of these levels, level 1, 2, 3, or 4, doing one of these levels. Most likely, well, I really can't tell what level they're going to be at, but they're somewhere around the plateau because the townspeople, one of them said they know where they are, and they said then another person, unless it's the same person, said, okay, everybody head to the plateau. So that implies that King Rico and Usopp are there. And now the final bit of information, important information in the chapter. Well, two things. One is that Kairos is with Luffy, so he's gonna get to the top a lot faster and a lot easier, because I was wondering how he's gonna get through all these characters to fight. Because definitely him versus Diamante is something I've talked about in my prediction video for this chapter and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I didn't predict that they would fight in this chapter, but I definitely see Kairos as the person fighting Diamante. Yeah, so that's really important. Kairos being with Luffy and Cavendish on the horse, and that sort of takes away a lot of, that makes things a lot easier for Oda in terms of Kairos getting to the top. And the final thing was, well, we saw a bunch of the Don Quixotes fighting. None of them really showed anything new except Gladius, which he had these sort of mines that he placed with using his powers that could blow up, and that's interesting. That's really interesting. But I mean, it's not OP or anything, but you know, it's just a new power that I wouldn't have thought of, that I thought was interesting or noteworthy. And that's pretty much it for this chapter. So yeah, like I said, the chapter, really nothing special. I mean, in any way you look at it, there was really nothing special about this chapter. Very average, but you know, some nice story progression and you know, some decent information. I look forward to the next chapter, and hopefully it's significantly better than this chapter. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this review. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, thank you guys for watching.